Good morning, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic about journalism. So, what is journalism? Historical overview of journalism. So, etymologically, the term journalism is derived from the Latin word journalis, which means daily. Now, this origin reflects the idea that journalism is closely tied to everyday life and current events. Because of this, journalism is understood as a regular or daily process of gathering, writing, and sharing news and information with the public. Therefore, journalism is the daily routine of disseminating rather, of the news. Now, journalism is a discipline, profession, and science of collecting, editing, analyzing, verifying, and presenting news regarding the current events, trends, issues, and people. So this means that journalism is not just about writing news. It is an organized field of study and professional practice that follows standards and ethics. So journalists carefully collect information, check facts about for the accuracy, analyze their importance, and present them clearly so the public can understand what is happening in the society. Journalism is a process of gathering, verifying, editing, assessing, and presenting news and information to society. It is also the product of these activities. Journalism involves a step by step process that ensures news is truthful, relevant, and fair because it reaches the public. At the same time, the final output, such as the articles, reports, broadcasts, or online posts, is also called journalism. This shows that journalism refers to both how news is made and the news content itself. So first is journalism is an art. Journalism is considered an art because it requires creativity and storytelling. Journalists choose words, structure stories, and present information in engaging ways to capture the audience's attention while remaining truthful and responsible. Next, journalism is a science. Why? Because journalism is also a science because it follows systematic methods such as research, verification, analysis, and ethical standards. So journalists rely on evidence, accuracy, and logical reasoning to ensure that information they present is reliable and credible. Journalism is a contemporary report. So journalism focuses on current and relevant events. It reports what is happening now or what has recently occurred, making timelines an essential element of news and helping the public to stay informed about the present social realities. Journalism is born out of human curiosity. So why is that? So at its core, journalism exists because people naturally want to know what is happening around them. This curiosity drives journalists to ask questions, investigate, and seek truths that matter to society. So the body of journalism is fact because people are its very heart. Facts from the foundation of journalism, but its purpose to serve people. Journalism centers on human experiences, concerns, and stories, ensuring that information is accurate while remaining relevant and meaningful to the public. Now let's move to the types of journalism. So, journalism can be categorized in different ways depending on two criteria: medium of delivery or the media, and subject matter, the theme. So, based on medium of news delivery, journalism can be divided into three. So, broadcast journalism, print journalism, and online journalism. Now, the first type of journalism is the broadcast journalism, encompassing the broadcast media platforms for dissemination of recent happenings. So this form is amongst those types of journalism that utilize television and radio platforms to telecast news and recent happenings. So it also plays a crucial role during emergencies and major public events where immediate and reliable information is needed. Because broadcast journalists speak directly to the public, they must maintain credibility, ethical responsibility, and professionalism, as any mistake can influence public opinion. Am I right? Right. So the content for broadcast journalism can range from news stories, bulletins, and documentaries to other factual programs. Now the rest of the types will be discussed by my partner, Jonathan. Jonathan, pasok!
Thank you, RG, for the great overview of broadcast media. Building on what my partner just discussed, I'm going to take us through the remaining mediums of delivery and then dive into specific types of journalism based on subject matter. Let's start with the most fundamental forms of the craft, print journalism. When we think of history of news, we think of print journalism. As you can see on the slide, this is the most traditional format. It focuses on delivering reporting through physical publications like newspapers, magazines, and periodicals. While it say, mm, while it might seem old school in a digital world, it's important to remember its historical weight. For centuries, the newspaper was the most powerful medium available. It was the primary way for people to voice social issues and hold those in power accountable. The discipline required for print, where you have a physical page limit and a set deadline, actually shaped the high standards of accuracy and editing that we still value in journalism today. So let's move on to the next slide, which is online journalism. Moving into the modern era, we have online journalism, also known as digital journalism. This is the craft of conveying news and commentary via the internet. Unlike print, which is static once published, online journalism is a contemporary, living form of media. The biggest difference here is how the editorial content is distributed. Instead of being printed or broadcast at a specific time, it's available 24/7. It allows for real-time updates where a story can be edited and expanded as more facts come in. It's essentially the bridge that connects the depth of print with the speed of broadcast. For the next slide, it is investigative journalism. Now, let's shift our focus from how the news is delivered to what the news is about. Our first category is investigative journalism. This isn't just about reporting what happened yesterday. It's about deeply researching a single issue to uncover hidden facts. Often, these are facts that powerful individuals or organizations want to keep secret. Things like corruption, financial crimes, or social injustices. Investigative journalism takes a significant amount of time, sometimes months or even years to a detective work. It is often called the moral compass of the industry because it seeks the truth that lies beneath the surface. For the next slide, we have photojournalism. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and in this field, that is literally the job description. Photojournalism is a unique combination of two mediums, words and pictures. However, the pictorial presentation is the star here. The goal is to capture a moment that elucidates a complex issue in a thought provoking way. A powerful photo can make a reader feel the emotion of a story instantly, often conveying the human element of a tragedy or a triumph more effectively than a long essay could. For the next slide, it's sports journalism. On a more high energy note, we have sports journalism. This field requires journalists to spend hours following specific teams, athletes, or events. But it's more than just watching a game. A sports journalist must report accurate facts, detailed statistics, and provide expert analysis under tight deadlines. One of the most engaging features of this type of journalism is the interview. By talking to celebrity athletes, journalists give the public behind the scenes look at the personalities and the hard work that goes into professional sports. To wrap things up, we have to ask, why do we need journalism at all? The slide lists five core purposes that serve as the foundation of our society. First one, to inform. It is to give the people the data they need to make decisions. The next one, the watchdog role. It is to monitor those in power and prevent the abuse of authority. The third one, to create democratic environment by providing a platform for public debate and diverse opinions. For the fourth one is to entertain through human interest, stories, and cultural reporting. And the last one is to educate. It is by helping the public understand complex and global or local issues. Ultimately, journalism is the heartbeat of an informed society. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you and God bless.